This is Knoles Cemetery. I thought I'd do a video so that you could see where the cemetery is and what it currently looks like. There was once a school and a church attached to the cemetery. It was a 4-acre piece of property. And as you can see, it's a little bit busy on Franklin Road in Haranawa this morning. There are 239 graves in this cemetery, and it consists of 1 acre. Most of the tombstones were missing up until this year. I had ground survey come out and they found the rest of the graves. Of these 239 graves, 8 have tombstones. The man that lives around it has 18 acres. And he was parking this big old dump truck on the cemetery and his farm equipment up until this summer. And this is his home. And in the middle of his driveway is what used to be the school cellar, and he's filled it in. I don't know anybody in Oklahoma that wouldn't want a cellar, so I'm not real sure why you would fill it in. He said it didn't leak. And I'm going to show you some of the individual tombstones. This first one that you see is Genevietta Knoles. She is the granddaughter of Martin Knoles, who the cemetery is now named after. She died in 1898. And back there is Armedia Crouch. She died in 1900. Over here is Martin Knoles. He had the 156 acres around the cemetery, and he changed the name to have his name. It was once Pleasant Ridge Cemetery, Pleasant Ridge School. Martin Knoles is a Civil War veteran. He served in the 152nd Regiment, Illinois Infantry, and he was a private. He died in 1917. Off in the distance, you'll see angels on top of some of the tombstones. I still have about 10 more angels that I need to buy. When you come out here, you'll see they will have an angel on top and will say infant. That area over there has quite a few infants. I call it Babyland. And then here in this area, this first tall one that doesn't have a name on it, that is just a makeshift tombstone, that is Mary Ann Millard. She was the wife of Horace Flint. She is my direct line, and she died in 1912. Next to her is her husband, who is a Civil War veteran, Horace R. Flint. He died here in 1907, before Oklahoma became a state. He served in the Civil War in the 13th Wisconsin Infantry. Next to him are granddaughters and grandsons, Dorothy and John. And this one, I haven't decided who this is. It sits in the middle of the Flint family. This one is Armina Farnsworth. She was a Flint. She's the son of the Civil War veteran Horace Flint. Next to her is her husband, Irvin Farnsworth. He died in 1907, just 5 days before his father-in-law. He started the first 2 churches that were Seventh-day Adventists here in Cleveland County. Next to him is his son, who died in 1910, and he was only 4 years old. I have some graves that are marked 1930. They collapsed this year, and I surveyed a lot of the cemeteries in the area, and all the ones from the 1930s were collapsing. So I've written 1930s on their graves. This one is John H. Powell, who died in 1930. His wife died before him. We don't know exactly when. And his grave collapsed this year. I'm going to take you down here to the end. We have 2 more tombstones. Sorry, it's a little bumpy. I'm not the best photographer. Right here I have a piece of marble. It was buried underneath the ground. Somebody had broken it off and kicked it in. There's not any legible name on it. This is one of the 8 real tombstones that I have here in the cemetery. George Pittman. He died in 1905. It's believed that the piece of marble that's next to him belongs to possibly his mother. This one is also a Civil War veteran. This is George W. Frazee. He served the 14th Iowa Infantry, Company B, and the last 3 letters on here are not legible. They are the Z-E-Y in Frazee. Next to him are 2 infants, or children, and those are believed to be Frazee children. I just want you to see the edge of the cemetery. It was graded by the county when they widened Franklin Road, and it's a fairly steep hill. And then someone decided to back their truck up and take some dirt right next to that tombstone, which is unbelievable. And I've marked some of the trees that will be cut down and removed soon. Come out and see the cemetery. It's at Harranawalla and Franklin Road, up on the northwest corner on the hill. There's a website. If you Google Knoles Cemetery, Cleveland County, you'll find it.